Today I'm going to be doing a review on my 10,000 pound 2-post BENDPAK lift. Alright, so this is a 2-post 10,000 pound BENDPAK lift. I've had this one for about 6.5 years. It has done everything that I've ever wanted it to do. Never had any issues out of it, knock on wood. So this one, I'll go over here to the little chart on it. Alright, so you can see that this one was, manufactured date was 7/15. Model number is XPR-10, and it's a 10,000 pound lift. This one being the XPR-10 means that it is a symmetrical lift. So that means that the columns, you see they're both kind of square from each other. On the asymmetric lifts, if you notice on BENDPAK, that the columns will actually be turned in towards each other. This one, I think the asymmetric lifts are also this way, but they have a shorter front arm and a longer rear arm. But this one is set up in the wide configuration. If you look right here at the top, you can see these two bolts, and basically there's another hole over to the right side of it. And you can actually narrow it up if your shop was smaller, if you were cramped on room. But this one's set up in the wide configuration. From outside of post to post, it's 144 inches, so 12 feet. It's 145 inches tall, so pretty much 12 feet. This one just has the normal round pads. It does come with the tall truck adapters. You can see the pump and motor, and that's your lock release handle. This one also features the micro switch at the top, so if a cab of a truck or a car touches that little padded bar, it'll push up on it and actually stop the lift so it doesn't damage anything. With the truck accessories here at the bottom, these just lift off, so they don't have the screw style attachment, which I believe that's just an accessory that you can order through BENDPAK. The arms feature locking plates, so basically as the lift comes up, the two spline pieces, they'll actually go together, which will lock this, and that way you have to pull the shaft up to move the arm once it's off the ground, which is a super nice feature in my opinion. The rear arms are 2-stage, so meaning they just pull out to whatever length the stop is. However, on the front arms, they are 3-stage. So you've got smaller section, the second section, and then the end. You can see that it has a cylinder inside each one. Super nice thick cables. Every once in a while, the cables, you know, they do stretch from time to time, and you have to adjust them to get the locks to before they'll be in sync from side to side, but that's no major deal. This one, it is 220, so of course when it was installed, the gentleman, he had to wire me up some 220 for this lift. And then if you noticed on both sides, he put me some little boxes with outlets on each side for 110 use. Got it on both sides. One thing that I do, I always add some just cheap magnetic little trays on each side of the post. That way you can catch lug nuts, and just easy, make stuff nice when you're taking wheels and tires off cars and trucks. Just throw the lugs right there. You'll always know where they're at. Like I said, I've never had any issues out of this thing. Like I said, it's rated at 10,000 pounds. Most of the stuff that I do is honestly probably less than 4,500 pounds, you know, hot rods, muscle cars, stuff like that. So really overkill for what I do, but I've had my F350 on it a few times. Once you start getting into some of the diesel truck stuff, pound wise, yeah, the lift lifts it fine, but once you really start lifting, you know, F250s, 350s, and Duramax and Cummins trucks, that's just a lot of weight up in the air. So I always make sure to, I've got two smaller screw jacks. I'll put one under like the receiver hitch and one under the front cross member, and that way it just kind of takes some of the weight off each end, and it'll kind of just makes it feel a little more sturdy. But that's still just a lot of weight above your head. So I try not to work on too much diesel truck stuff anyways, because I'm not super familiar with them, but it's a little bit sketchy on a 2-post lift in my opinion. Most shops, you know, that's what they use, and I don't know if they're using 12,000 pound lifts or what, but like I said, it's just a little too much for my liking. Like I said, this one, I bought it, you know, at the end of 2015. At the time, I paid, I want to say $3,200 for it. I actually did order it through Summit Racing. I picked it up at their warehouse, and then I had a good friend of ours, he's an installer, so he came and installed it for me. But since then, I'm actually in the market for a second one. And this exact lift, or the asymmetric, which is usually within the, you know, $100 price of the symmetric lift, now they're right over $5,000. So they've had a pretty significant price increase. You know, pre-COVID, I believe they were like $4,500, $4,600, so they've went up another $500-600 since then. And I'm not saying I'm not going to buy another BENDPAK lift, because I do love it, and I've no complaints at all about it, but the price increase is a little more than I probably want to spend. I'm not sure exactly what brand I'll go with next, but I've definitely been happy with this one, and I would recommend it to anybody. I said this one, like I said, the pump and the tank are all right here together like most lifts. This one, I believe I ran, I want to say I just went and got like a 5-gallon bucket of gear oil for it. I don't think we used ATF. Some of the installers I know, they'll recommend ATF for them, and I think that's just more of a personal preference type deal. But like I said, 5.5 years in with it, and you can see it pretty much still looks like new. All the powder coat and stuff's held up great. You know, to be expected with any kind of lift, you'll see a little bit of shipping issues. They'll have a little bit of powder chipped off, and little small scratches and stuff, but other than that, I have no complaints. BENDPAK, they have a great product, great quality lift for the money. I believe now they come standard gray with yellow arms, but either way, they're super nice lifts. I've actually also got a 4-post Danmar lift. If anybody wants to see a review on it, I'll be glad to shoot some footage on that, but that's for another day. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you got any comments or questions, just let me know. Thanks.